The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions in the past, present, and or future. And, of course, as always, presented by Digital Dice, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else, as my wife is taking out garbage, wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Why, hi there, it's me, Ron Juckett, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Roberto Chiavini's excellent volleyball game 3 to Glory. It is very simple. All you need are the directions, a couple sets of data, or even one set of data. Today we're going to do the 2018 Women's World Championships top 8 teams. So not the World Championship per se, but I just took the top 8 teams and we're going to do quarters, semis, and finals. So not very long video at all, or it shouldn't be, and we're just going to go through and show you how to do it. The instructions are honestly 2 pages. All you need are 3 10-sided die, preferably 1 of one color and 2 of another color, same color. So my thing is going to have 2 white and 1 red, but 3 10-sided die is all you need. This is a very, very simple game, and so we'll show you how to play. As with all of Roberto's games, they are kind of on the quick play side. There's no stats with this one. You are essentially rolling for final score. And so each team is given an attack rating. And so the teams that will be playing in this first round: Italy versus Japan, Serbia versus Russia, China versus the United States, Netherlands versus Brazil. Let's do the Italy-Japan one. So Italy comes in with an attack score of 2.7. Japan comes in with an attack score of 1.9. So I'm going to do, as you see that box clicked on right there, is I'm going to roll the die here, and I'm going to add whatever these 3 die come up for Italy, and that's going to be their game roll, okay? That's not very good. It came up to 4, so 0.4. And I'm up. As you see, 2.7 plus 0.4. It could be 27 and 4, but he does it by 10. So 2.7 plus 0.4 is 3.1. Okay, so Japan, if it gets any kind of roll here, could upset Italy here in our challenge of champions here. We'll just call it that. So Japan's base is 1.9, and so we're going to roll the 3-sider, and Japan didn't get a very good roll on that one either. So 5 and 1 is 6 and 1 is 7, so it's 0.7. And it's 2.6. So now we have a final result. Italy 3.1, Japan 2.6. What does that mean? Well, if you win by less than 1 full point, it's a 5-set win. If you win between 1 and 1.9 points, or 10 to 19 points, if you just take out the decimals, it's a 4-set win. And if the margin for the score there is over 2, it would be a straight set win. Now, you see I've got 1 through 5 set up here. We're going to get scores for each of the sets. So, Italy obviously will win 2 sets, and Japan will win 2 sets, and Italy has to win the 5th set. But I don't know what it is going to be yet. So, there is an optional table, and under modern rules, it's a best of 25 or 25-point set. And it's all, so you score on each shot, as opposed to the older rules from before 2000, which you only scored on your serve. So if you can take away, so the first 4 sets we do best of 25 or 25 points here. So Italy and Japan, let's see who wins the first set. I'm going to say that red one, you see where the red die is there? If that is odd, then Italy will win that set. If it's even, Japan will win that set. And again, this is all cosmetics. I've no Italy's won the match. So So Italy will win, and Italy rolled a 61. So we roll for Japan's score there. I look on the table, and it's 16. So 25 for Italy, and 16 for Japan. I'll bring over my PDF and show you what I'm reading here. Just a second. So I'm rolling for the set score. As you see, I have the 2 die there, the 2 white die there. You just read them like percentages. To tens is 6, and the second one is 1, and then not that red 9 or the red die tells me who won the set. And so I'm just reading off this table to get there. So obviously, the lower the score, the closer the set, and you can get skunked if you roll a double 0. Advantages says see table below. So let's say I roll a 1 through an 8. Because every set must be won by 2 in volleyball. To resolve a set, the advantages roll a single 10-sided die. So I would look at the red die in this case. A 0 through 2 would be 1. A 3 or a 4 would be 2. A 5 or a 6 would be 3. A 7 or 8 would be 4. And a 9 would be a 5 or more. And depending on that. So it depends. So your final score can be whatever it is that is there. And so how I would roll a 9 is 5 or more. It says roll another die with an odd result. The game ends at 5. With an even result, you roll again for the 6th. Same thing. So you can go on and on and on and on. So let me roll that back, and then we'll play the rest of this game out. So Italy wins the first set 25-16. Let's see, roll for the second. And again, this is all cosmetic. Okay, so Italy won the second set. So we now know Japan will lose the third and fourth. Japan will win the third and the fourth set. So 74 tells me that Japan got 14 points. Now I ignore the red die because I know who wins the next 2 sets. So Italy will roll a 39. That is her score, and it's a 20. Again, I ignore it. Italy rolls a 71, so they got 14 points. Now, how I read the rule for the 5th set is it goes back to the traditional scoring, so it's a 15-point set. So I know Italy will win this set, so I'm essentially rolling for Japan's score. Japan rolled a 78, so in the 5th set, it was 15-5 Italy. Italy moves on. And so I just move them over to for their semifinal. Next, we'll do Serbia and Russia. Again, we're going to add these 3 up. So 2.62. Now, that's a good roll. 7 and 9 is 16. And even my math tells me that's 4.2. Now, Russia needs a very good score here. So they need to roll 23 or higher to win the match. And they rolled 17. So again, it was a half point was the difference, so we know this is going to be a 5-set match. And so, again, here's how I do it. Odd Serbia, even Russia. So Serbia wins the set and Russia rolls a 60, which would be 16 points. Set 2, I roll another odd. So Serbia is going to blow a 2-set lead here. 84 for Russia is 11. Now I know Russia's going to win the next 2 sets, and so Serbia rolls a 52. And that is 18. Fourth set, 31. 21 for Serbia, so they came closer. Now I know Serbia wins the last set. And Russia rolled a 64, so remember, take a look at the 15-point set table, which is table 1. 64 says 7. All right, I'll be back when I get into the semifinals and finals, and we'll go through them step by step again. Okay, so I rolled my other 2 quarterfinals. These are all pretty close teams. You're not going to get a lot of 3-setters here unless someone gets a really high roll. Most of these teams didn't. The max roll you can get is 2.7. The minimum you can get is 0. And so there were only upset. Well, there wasn't really an upset. Brazil and the Netherlands came in with the same attack roll, and Brazil won the scoring roll 1.8 to 1.7. So, and they all went 5 sets because no one won more than by 1 point. The China-USA game was really weird. U.S. won the first set 25-17. Then China nearly skunked them 25-4. China won the third 25-15, and the Americans won 25-11. And in the 5th set, 15-1 China. Geez. Match of the round is about what we expected. The Brazilians and the Dutch. Netherlands, they split the first 2, 25-15, then 13-25. They split the next 2, 25-14, and then 11-25. And then in the 5th and final set, 15-13. You got to win by 2. That's the other thing. In volleyball, you got to win by 2. So here's my semifinal setup. It's just a simple cut and paste. Italy and Brazil. Italy is favored by half a point. Let's see what we get for rolls here. So that 2.7, that's a very good roll. It's 1.4. Brazil at 2.2 got 1. And so we're just going to make this a 4-setter. Normally in the rules, it would be 3.2. It would be a. Let me just double check here. Yeah, less than 1 would be a 5-set, but that's pretty far away. Brazil was favored and Italy got it. So technically there should be a 5-setter, but we'll make it a 4-setter because Italy won it easily. Because I know Serbia and China is going to be a 5-setter. So let's roll for that. And then we'll resolve the scores. Serbia 6-3 is 9-4. 4. China to that 2.6. Oh my goodness, 18-5 is 2.3. So again, we'll make these 4 sets. But technically they should be 5, but there really isn't. I mean, the biggest spread we had in the first round was half a point. This we had a full point for the Serbia, China, and Italy, won by 9/10 of a point. So let's roll for the scores again. So for this time, the evens can only win 1 set. And so we know if Italy wins the first two, that Brazil would win the third. So, again, this is all cosmetic. It's just to add a score. It's just to add to your storytelling. The first set was won by Italy as we go to back to the Italy-Brazil, and Brazil rolled a 42, which gives them 19. Second set was won by Brazil, and Italy rolled a 67 for 15. Now, we know Italy won in 4 sets. So, we know that Italy will win this set and the final set. Still, they must win by 2. So, Brazil rolls a 34, which is 20. And the reason why you don't see me putting that 25 in for Italy is that there might be advantages. You remember, you have to win by 2. And if I roll a 1 through an 8, then I go to the advantages table. And the last set is a 60, and that is a 16. So Italy wins in 4 sets, 25-19, 15-25, 25-20, and 25-16. So Italy, as I will cut and paste, moves on to the final. We also know that China moves on because they won by a point. But generally speaking, you can put the cutoff what you want. For a first rounder, I probably would have had that go 5. But Brazil had such a bad roll. And China had such a good roll. You know, it's a house rule. Again, it doesn't, the amount of sets is just the scores are just cosmetic. They can't change. So if you were just playing for how many sets, it would be a 5 set, but because I'm rolling them out, I just think it looks a little more plausible that way, but you do what you want. All right, so now we're going to roll again. Same thing for Serbia, China that we did for Italy and Brazil. China will be even, and they can only win once the first, second, or third set. So I roll a 38. So China won the first set, and Serbia rolls a 38, and so it's 20. Now I ignore the red die for the next 2 because unless I roll a 1 through 8, because Serbia has to win the next 3. That's why it's 3 from the glory. And they rolled a 3. So now that red 5 tells me that I had 3 advantages. So again, you got to win by 2. So you add 25 and 3. (28-26). So that was a barn burner of a second set. They had to go to extra points, and so Serbia has leveled this match at 1 apiece. The third set, 33. I ignore the 5, and it's a 20 for China. You can see they're kind of tiring out here. Fourth set, 45. And that would be a 19. Again, maybe a minute to play, especially if you don't roll for the set scores. I like that. So Serbia and China, a very tough semifinal. The Chinese women win the first set 25-20. Then Serbia in advantages 28-26, then 25-20, and then 25-19. Okay, this one we'll probably go 5. Italy gets a 2.7 base. We're going to add 9 and 2 and 11 is 11 and 4. So Italy's raw score is 4.2. China, base of 2.6. a very good score. 8 and 5 is 13, and 8 is 2.1. And China's going to win this in 5 sets. So basically, you can get their offensive score and then how they performed in the game. And in the final, China out-hustled Italy. So now we're going to roll for score. Again, we know the 5th set is going to have to go to China. So the red die, odd is Italy, even is China. And so Italy won the 1st set, and China rolled to 63 for 16. And even 0 is an even number, so China won the set, and Italy rolled a 41 for 19. We look at that red die again. China wins the 3rd set, so we know Italy has to win sets 4 and 5, and 66 is 15. We now ignore the red die. China rolls a 54. The only reason we look at the red die now is if I rolled a 1 through an 8. So 54 is 17. I go to the 15-point set chart. I read 71, and the final set was 15-6. And there you go. So Italy and China, an epic final in the 2018 Best Women's Teams of the World blurb. We can pretend it was in Rome. It's Roberto Chiavini's game. So 25 in Italy, 25-16 the first set. China came back to win the second, 19-25. China 25-15 in the third. Italy 25-17 in the fourth, and China won the tie-breaking 5th set 15-6. Now, it took about 24 minutes for us to get to this point, but certainly once you have the setup and written on a piece of paper, it literally will take you just minutes to play, especially if you don't roll for the scores. Again, I like the scores. I think it adds some meat onto that bone, gives it a little bit of depth, and it's all right there for you. But that's just how easy it is to play. If you're a fan of international volleyball, Roberto has over 200 sets available to you, along with all the new Olympic stuff he's redoing. So Olympics, Pan Am Games, NCAA men's and women's championships, it's all there for you. So why not give it a try? Take a look at RobertoChiaviniGames.com or sportsreplays.net/Roberto Chiavini and look for Roberto there. So I'm Ron Juckett. It's that easy to play. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.